Hello and welcome to this super quick, simple tutorial. It should only take you about 3 steps. That tutorial, what you've come here for, is to review how to disassemble and to assemble your Glock semi-automatic firearm. It's fairly simple. They're all the same, which is fantastic. So as you cross platforms, different calibers, different sizes, everything's going to work out exactly the same. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. What I have here on the table is a Glock 43. It's chambered in 9mm. I also have a Glock 19, and that as well is chambered in 9mm. They are both Gen 4s, and this process will work across all generations. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to do is the Glock 43, so set the 19 aside. The Glock 43, it is a little bit smaller, however it's fairly easy. So what you're going to do is you're going to lock the slide back. You're going to make sure that there are no magazines, there's nothing, no rounds in the chamber. Okay, I'm going to rack the slide a few times just to make sure that the action works properly. I'm going to fire it in a safe direction, which is usually down to the ground away from my body. Once I've dry fired it, now comes the fun stuff. The first action that you're going to do, you're going to wrap your fingers around the slide like such, your thumb around the back strap, and this also works both right-handed and left-handed. You can see like so. So now I'm going to pull back the slide just a little bit. So because I'm left-handed, I'm going to do this with my left hand. So I'm going to pull back on the slide just a little bit. And then on the side, I have the takedown levers that sticks out here and here. So I'm going to pull back just ever so slightly. I'm going to pull that down on both sides for step 2. And then step 3 is to slide off the slide. Once you have that, now you can get to all of the critical components of the firearm. I can take off the spring. I now can take out the barrel. And I have a fully stripped upper, barrel, spring, and the stripped lower. The reason why you would want to take apart your Glock firearm is in case you have any sort of jams. You might have dirt and debris, so your slide doesn't function properly. It creates stovepipes, doesn't fully eject the brass, and it doesn't inject the new bullet. Another reason is for if you go to clean your firearm, this is the best way to get to all of the components easily. You also want to make sure that there are no cracks, no weird scuff marks, no weird marring on any of the metal surfaces on the inside. Same with the barrel. You'll see that's nice and shiny. That's because it is lubricated. I do like to run mine a little bit wet, if you can so call it that. I just like to make sure that everything is lubed up properly so that I never have any issues with it. Now to assemble this firearm, you're going to assemble it the reverse way that you took it apart. So I'm going to put the barrel into the upper, make sure it's seated properly. I'm going to put the spring plastic part forward, metal part backwards. I'm going to make sure it is seated properly. So now I have a fully built upper. Now I'm going to take the upper and the lower. I have female rails here. I have male rails on the top. I'm just going to line up those 2 rails and slide it back till it locks into place. Now I'm going to rack the slide a few times just to make sure that everything functions properly and fire it in a safe direction. And voila, now we have a fully assembled firearm. Up next is the Glock 19. This is a little bit bigger, so it's a little bit easier, and obviously as you go up in size, so the next bigger one to this is the Glock 17, which is the full size. That one is extremely easy because it's everything's bigger about it. It's easier to get a handle on. So you're going to do the exact same method that we used for the Glock 43. I'm going to rack the slide back, make sure that there are no magazines, there's nothing in the chamber. I am clean and clear. I'm now going to drop the slide, fire it in a safe direction. Okay, once you dry fire it, now you can take it down. Same process. Wrap your hand around it. You pull back gently on the slide. You pull your takedown pins, and you slide it forward, as such. I'll give you a close-up of the takedown pins. You can see here on each side, I'm going to pull both of those down simultaneously. That drops the little lever inside right here, so this slide can come off. Okay, now that I have the slide off, I can remove the spring and remove the barrel. Okay, everything that we discussed on the Glock 43 applies here as far as cleaning and clearing. Now I'm going to reassemble it, reinsert the barrel, reinsert the spring with the plastic part forward, the metal part backward. Now I take my fully assembled upper, put it to the lower by sliding it back on the channels, like so. Now I can lock it back and do function checks, make sure everything works, dry fire it in a safe direction. And there we go. I am good to go with both of these firearms, and like I said before, this works on all Glock models, gens 1 through 4, any of the other different calibers, whether it's 40, 357, 10 mil, 9 mil, it all works the same way. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this fairly simple. In one of my next videos, I'll show you how to take apart an AR-15. Thanks, have a great day. We'll see you soon.